The astral planes are collapsing, the old paradigm is in free fall, and we are now entering into a very, very expansive part of human history. But what does it all mean? Where does it all fit for each and every one of us? My name is Davyd. I'm from QPW QuantumPlanet.world, and today I want to share a quick update on where it seems like we are all at right now. So, it's been a little while since myself or Bella put out one of these updates, about a week or so in fact, and today I just wanted to bring into everybody's awareness what we're perceiving, and also to remind everybody about the very special astral clearing and teaching sessions that we have been doing to help really navigate our way through the very choppy waters that we've been in. So I'm going to try and keep this brief today, maybe for about 10 minutes. I just want to share with you some of the perceptions and thoughts that I have personally, and what I've been working with to navigate this very, very turbulent period. So we know that there's been a lot of solar activity, an incredible amount of solar waves and solar storms have been hitting the planet. This has been creating huge amounts of light, particularly for those who have been going inwards and meditating, like myself, like Bella and many of our tribe members. We are hearing reports from many people of multidimensional experiences, dissolution of self, collapsing of timelines, and trying to make sense of all of it is a little bit challenging, which is really what a lot of the ascension process is about. We are now at a point where the old paradigm timelines of pain and sorrow, slavery, manipulation, intimidation are coming to an end. However, if we are still following the goggle box or the narratives being presented to us, it's very easy to get ensconced back into those timelines. And that is something that I've been observing for the last week or so, is that there is a sort of a Stockholm catastrophe syndrome that we as humans have inherited, been given, been programmed with, and it's kind of keeping us locked into that cycle. It's very tempting to be a little bit of a rubbernecker and to want to look at the collapse as it happens. That could very well be useful for many beings, but if you're already very much in a place of understanding that disclosure has already happened, then perhaps now is the time to switch our attention away from those more difficult and challenging revelations, if they're no longer serving us to look at them, if we feel like we've done the work necessary to integrate and process them, not necessarily as a victim, but as a being here in duality. What we can say from the laws of karma, and we can say reincarnations, although many of us are now understanding that there aren't really any past lives. They're all simultaneous experiences that are happening in this very given moment, both from the past and the future. Many beings are experiencing what it's like to step onto future timelines and see them coming towards us, all of which is very useful when we're trying to navigate our way to our fifth dimensional futures. Rather than letting stuff happen to us, we are the creators of our future, which is also another way of saying we're the creators of our present moment, or the now. And that is really what I wanted to bring to people's awareness today, is where is your attention at? Is it still in those old timelines? Is it filled with fear? Is it filled with anxiety and worry? Are you perhaps facing financial uncertainties, as I know many beings are out there? And what do we do about that? Well, do we continue to hold on to the power structure that we were given, the one that manipulated us through imaginary money, through numbers on screens, through paper that doesn't really have any intrinsic value? Or are we now turning our attention to our quantum financial inheritance, the abundance that is really part of the fifth dimension and heralds the return of the goddess? But how do we get there? Well, it's a bit of a leap of faith, and that is one of the big tests here in the ascension process, is to be able to jump into a new earth timeline without the guarantees of security that we've been told or assumed that we need. What I can say from personal experience is that when you step fully into the 5D timeline and are in a place of flow and trust, it's actually amazing what can happen. However, in order to be able to do that freely and confidently and with courage and bravery, which is what it does need sometimes, because there are no guarantees in the flow, there's just surrender to a process. But when we do surrender to that process, amazing things can happen. But that is why myself and Bella, along with many of our tribe members, have been holding these weekly astral clearing and teaching sessions. They are designed in such a way, through a rapid fire series of protocols that take us about half an hour, to cleanse the field of all kinds of things: emotional attachment, unhelpful dark art magic, shedded effects of toxicity from offered medications and bioweapons that have been circulating in our reality over the last few years, but I would say really they've been circulating in our reality most of our lives if we really look at it. And of course, that can bring up feelings of anger, resentment, victim. But at the end, we always have to remember that we all signed up to be a part of this. And I think that that's a really important anchor to help us navigate through the feelings perhaps of like, you did this to me, it's your fault that I'm in this condition, all of which is seemingly quite justified, particularly with the revelations now about the offered medications of the last few years. And of course, the human beings that helped administer those or were complicit in all of that. And we can also see from many of the revelations that are being disclosed through various channels that we are now at an important place of understanding that the collapse of the old top-down hierarchy, its power control mechanisms of blackmail and slavery and manipulation and intimidation and humiliation are now being removed. I would say actually they've already been removed from what I can see in the astral planes. Those energies and the beings orchestrating them have been removed. However, we are still suffering from trauma, PTSD, and many other energies that might be latent in our systems that need to be removed. That is why this week, tomorrow in fact, on Sunday, we are going to be looking very much at how to remove imprints of trauma, imprints of PTSD from not only the human psyche and energy field, but also from maybe our environment and the landscape around us, all of which has also suffered a lot over the last few millennia, we can say, to the point of degradation that many of us experience when we look out on our polluted and somewhat desecrated landscapes, and all of which needs to change. So I really want to alert everybody to this week's session. It's session number 6. We will be doing full clearings. You can sign up just for the one session, or you can also avail yourself of the remaining sessions that we have left and sign up to the package deal. Really encouraging you to step into that space at just $53. It's really a great investment of your finances to really step up and ask to have assistance to help clear these powerful energies. And sorry for the sun in the background. I tried to find a shady spot. Maybe if I just adjust this slightly, it's not quite so strong. But this is what it's all about. It's about the light coming into our fields and helping to lift the density out so that we can move forward stress-free, anxiety-free, but with confidence, with grace, with love, with compassion, and not to feel a victim in any of this. Like I say, we all signed up to be a part of this experiment. Where one goes, we all go. And as we often say here at QPW, in Lakesh, I am another you. And that's really important, because once we get to that place of collective unity consciousness, we see everything as an extension of ourselves. And then we start to adjust our behavior accordingly. And we want to be in a place of compassion, of unconditional love, and also a place of expansion. The energies of this full moon in Aries have been quite strong, quite challenging, with the Grand Cardinal Cross, Mars opposing Pluto, and Pluto squaring the Sun and the Moon, and quite a few other strong transits too, all of which is designed to bring us to a crunch point. And for sure there are many things in the ethers now that look very much upon us. Maybe some are a little scary for some people, but what I can say from my own personal journeys and meditations is the future is really promising. But we have to step onto that timeline. We can't any longer continue to hold on to the catastrophe dramas that are being played out through the TV. That doesn't mean that big things haven't happened. They have, and they were necessary. But we can also see from the much negated effects of the hurricane that hits Florida that collective intention actually really helped to reduce that. Plus, of course, we have a lot of off-planet assistance, which is really helping to oversee this. So there really is nothing to be afraid of. However, that doesn't mean that we're not still feeling anxiety about stepping into the unknown. That is part of the PTSD that needs to be removed, because if we're still carrying those anxieties, it's very difficult to manifest the things that we really want from a place of clarity. So look, just really wanted to put this out today, and please do check out the links below. Please, of course, hit like and subscribe. We are not really playing the YouTube algorithms in the way that the system would like, which is why perhaps our videos are not being seen by as many of you as we would like, but also we don't want our videos to be ensconced with lots and lots of adverts, which is seemingly where most channels are also at. It starts to get a little bit much now with an advert every 2 minutes, even on a 10-minute video, which I'm seeing on quite a few channels. So I understand the monetization aspects of that, but also that's not necessarily where we're at. So just wanted to put this video out. Please do check out the links. Please do join us tomorrow. You know, we're also going to be probably running another one of our donation campaigns in the future, but not right now. We did that a couple of weeks ago. Very, very powerful. Many beings were brought into the circle and benefited from that. But right now, it's about stepping up for ourselves, surrendering to the process, cleansing ourselves of any trauma or imprints of trauma that we have, and really stepping forwards collectively in a unified way, in the sense that we all want the same things and we're all moving together into the same place. That is what Spirit or Creator is really looking for. Are we becoming a unified race of beings? Not only us as humans, but all of the animals. The animal energy has been very, very strong over the last couple of weeks. Here in Texas, where I've been traveling a lot with Bella, we've been blessed enough to have many wild animals: deers, rabbits, foxes, all kinds of birds, turtles, tortoises, many different beings coming to communicate and remind us that we're all in this together. We're all part of Great Spirit's dream, and we're all experiencing the dream together, and there really is no separation between ourselves and anything else, any other human beings, Mother Earth, any of Mother Earth's other beings that we share this beautiful space with. So really hoping to see you all for our next astral clearing session, and if not, maybe on another call soon. Hope you're well, take it easy. My name is Davyd, and looking forward to seeing you all again very soon.